Hey, it's Chris Brown with Automotive Fleet, and I'm here with SuYvonne Bell of Gilead Sciences. She runs the fleet for Gilead. SuYvonne, welcome.
Thank you so much, Chris. Good to see you here.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let's just start out. What does Gilead Sciences do?
Gilead Sciences is a biotech company located in Foster City, California. We have several different therapies, but one of our primary treatments is for HIV. We have oncology, many others. And I manage the fleet program. So anyone in the field, that's my client base.
So, SuYvonne, what's your fleet wild card right now? It was kind of caught you off guard in 2025 that keeps you off your toes.
So I'm sure everyone is saying tariffs.
Yeah.
Yes, they're there. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I think the biggest wild card and a positive thing for me is just the return to like business as usual, right? It's the post-COVID time, right? So it's my drivers are right back out in the field. They're driving every day. They're in person with clients. And that's great, right? They're getting the use out of the vehicle, and we're really returning to all the normal positive things about fleet, but you also have all the safety issues. So readdressing those, right? Teaching our drivers again to stay focused. So the wild card, which maybe is not the normal answer, is that everyone's back outside, right? And that's what's so amazing and great for us in fleet.
Well, to that point, you really do have to once again lock down on safety.
Yes.
And then also, I guess, more miles on the cars at this point, right?
Definitely more miles on the car, more usage, more business use, which is always important, right? What's the right vehicle, the right model, the right type? What do they need to do their best work in the field? That is their mobile office.
Sure. And hopefully more revenue. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. More revenue.
Yeah. So how are you future-proofing your operations? What are you doing today to stay ahead of the curve?
That's a great question. And I think for me, what I'm looking at, and I hope many others are in the industry, is really expanding my my OEM partners, right? You have the top three, the big three, but you should actually open the door to all these different options. We have younger people, newer drivers in the field that are driving, and they're open. And these other OEMs, some of the Korean brands, they offer great vehicles at great prices. They have all the perks and the modern technology to offer a really safe vehicle and comfortable. So, I think that's what I'm doing. Just
Sure. And when you talk diversification, on your fleet selector list, are you let's say, would you have 4 options and now you go to 7, or how does that look like in terms of expanding the fleet selector?
Right. I think it would look at more of replacing some of these standard vehicles. So sustainability is obviously still very important, right? We have the EV or, a better gas mileage for vehicles. So looking at hybrids that we can offer to do our part while the infrastructure is still being built out, while we're still, moving towards that goal. I think that's what I'm looking at. So I would say the next step this year going forward is replacing ICE vehicles, maybe with hybrid vehicles, right? Introducing EVs with longer range that will work for my road warriors, is what I call them in the field. They need vehicles that can go the full day, so.
Yeah. For sure. So what's a small change that's made a big difference, kind of a shift in strategy or operations that has kind of a bigger impact?
It kind of goes back to my last answer, which I probably should have said, but I think it's looking at different OEMs. I'm looking at fleet as totally different. Something that I started saying during COVID, probably other people did, was that there are no rules. Throw out the rules.
Okay.
Fleet should evolve, right?
Yeah.
It should evolve. It should always evolve. It should keep up with business. Fleet moves the economy. What's the saying, Chris? Share that saying, as you said. Hagen.
The economy doesn't move without fleet.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. And so with that in mind, you have to, continue to approach how you manage it, what you do, so that you're moving forward, so that your fleet stays not only good for business, but, also competitive within the industry, right? I mean, although I speak to all my other fleet leads, in the industry, and we share best practices, we want to remain competitive with them, right? We don't want to fall behind. So I think, that's my change. It's just to take it from scratch, right? I've used the term in the past at a previous company where I said, let's take the selectors. Let's just blow up the selectors. Let's take everything off and start from scratch.
Okay.
Let's start from scratch. Some vehicles will come back, but let's take a fresh approach to it, right? What do our drivers want? What's the feedback we're getting? What works for them? What doesn't work for them?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
Well, models always change,
They
right?
always
So you've got to keep refreshing that.
And
selector.
the needs change,
Yeah.
Who's carrying samples?
Right.
Type of samples, who's carrying, more product, more literature, who's driving more, who has a larger territory. So there's all these not little things, but these are all these different things where you have to address all of those needs.
Sure. I think we already touched on your soapbox topic for fleet. We'll kind of end with that to see if you have anything to cap it off. Go for it.
I'm passionate about fleet. It's why I do it. It's why I love it. I hope to stay in it forever. My soapbox is fleet moves everything from products to people. It's been proven that fleet is everything. And if anyone asks me to talk about it, I will raise my hand, jump on stage. I'll do anything because I want everybody to understand how important it is to the industry, right? And just how important it is to everything we do.
Well, it's really interesting, too, when you're driving on the highway and you just kind of look to the left and look to the right and you can kind of just nod and say, like, these are all our people right around us.
Yes. Yeah. Let's keep them safe. So I love it. Thank you.
Pretty great. Well, SuYvonne, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
As always.
Good.
Thank you.